Hi, welcome to my channel, Zazaline. My name is Janeta, and in today's tutorial, we are going to be working on something we haven't done for a while. It is a pouch or cosmetic bag, whatever you want to call it. This actually serves as a multi-purpose because I have two tabs in here, so you can have a wrist strap or you can have a full-size strap and just wear it as a bag. This one has one pocket here, fully lined. We have another pocket on the other side, and that's just a slip pocket. And then it opens nice and wide, and it's fully lined inside. I made a combination vinyl, and this is kind of like a textured fabric. Quite heavy, but it's I like the combination of the two. One is kind of flat and simple, and one has a little texture in it. So anyways, this is a good size pouch, cosmetic bag, whatever you want to call it, crossbody bag too. The PDF file is included, so you will find it on zazalinestudio.com. And so all the pieces you can follow. I will show you exactly what piece is for what. And yeah, if you are new to my channel, we are doing practical sewing, wallets, bags, cosmetic pouches, anything that is needed for everyday use. So if you didn't subscribe yet, please subscribe, hit the like button, comment below. You can send me pictures of your creations. You can contact me through my website zazalinestudio.com. And yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so as always, let's go over the things we will need for this project. We will need a pattern, which you can find on zazalinestudio.com. We will need two zippers, then two zipper pulls, a swivel hook, and this is optional. I'm using my hardware for the zipper end, but you can, if you don't have one, that's okay. You can make one out of fabric. So you would just cut out a square and did the zipper end with a fabric. So as first we are going to work on the front pocket, and we have panel A and we have the zipper overlay. So again, it's yellow because I'm using vinyl. And just a little note, for this piece, I made it double the size, but you can, for easier cutting, you can fold it in half and you can just cut on fold like this. Or if you prefer, you can just open it. That's why I made it a little bigger. I could have done, when I was designing the pouch, I could have done just, you know, fold it in half. But I know some people like it, you know, they like to see the whole piece. Sometimes it's easier to position it on a fabric, but anyways, you have the option. You can just do half and cut it on fold, or you can just open it up, and you got the point. Anyways, so first of all, we are gonna work on this area. So I made it easier for you, so you know the exact placement. And so all you have to do is you will clip it in place, and then we are gonna trace the little window. So let's just secure the fabric and the panel, the paper. Now we are gonna take a pen or any marker, and we will trace this window here, and we will cut it out. So that's the very first thing we do. And if you want, you could have done it on the other side, it doesn't matter. But that's it. We will put this on the side. You can see it. So Now the easiest way is to fold it in half and do a little cut here. And then you open it up and you just go around and you cut the inside and you make a little window. Okay, so my window is cut out, and you want to cut it a slightly bigger, so maybe a few millimeters, because when we put the zipper overlay, we don't want to see any of the fabric showing. So if you still see the fabric showing, then cut it a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm gonna use double-sided tape to keep the overlay sticking to the panel, and I am gonna go right here on the fabric. Let's just do it here. It's gonna be, my fabric is it has texture and it doesn't want to stick. So let's do it on the vinyl, and you want to do it on the edges, on the top edges, bottom edge, and you can do a little bit on the sides. Okay, then you peel the double-sided tape and you will do the placement. Okay, so once your double-sided tape is removed, we are gonna do the placement. And I'm not gonna press it down yet. I'm just gonna check on the other side. And it looks like it's even on all the sides. So now I'm gonna press down. And now we are gonna take it to the machine and we are gonna top stitch, but we are gonna go on the very end of the edge and we are gonna follow the outer line. So not on the inside, on the outer line, all around. Okay, so now when we are done top stitching, we are gonna turn it around, and if you can see, like I can see that this area is a little too close, so I'm gonna cut out a little bit more. So this is how it should look on the other side. So we have a clear window. We can see the vinyls through, and that's what we want to see. So now we are gonna put this on a side and we are gonna grab the zipper and the pocket. Okay, so now we are gonna grab C panel and the shorter zipper. So we have two pieces, and that's gonna be for the lining of the pocket. Now we are gonna look at the zipper. This is the good side, this is the wrong side. So we will place the good side on the top, and we are gonna place the wrong side on the top. So we are looking at the good side of the lining, good side of the zipper. And we will clip it in place. And let's take it to the machine. Okay, so now when we are done, we are gonna do the same thing on this side. So let's place it so we can see the good side of the zipper. And again, we are gonna place the wrong side against the zipper. So we are looking at the right side of the lining and right side of the zipper. And let's place the lining on top. Okay, so now when we are done, we are gonna take it to the ironing station and we are gonna press down. Okay, so now when we pressed it down, so it should look like this. So the good side it looks like it's the wrong side of the zipper, but it's gonna work out at the end, you will see. So I'm looking at the wrong side of the lining, but the right side of the zipper. And we are gonna add a zipper pull. So I want the zipper pull to go there. There we go. We can leave it somewhere in the middle. Now we are gonna grab the panel that we prepared and we are gonna place it. So this is how it's gonna, excuse me, this is how it's gonna look like. So make sure it's, the lining is equal on both sides. It doesn't really matter because nobody's gonna see it. And this is how we are gonna do it. So I'm gonna use my tape again, my double-sided tape. And I think I can stick it on this fabric. So I will do just the edge here. Okay, so my double-sided tape is in. I just put it on the very end. And now we are gonna place it. So let's make sure it's kind of in the middle. The zipper pull comes out. And I don't want to press it down yet until I am happy with the placement. Okay, this is it. I think I'm pretty happy. Good. And we can clip it in place so the fabric doesn't move. And also, if you are not using vinyl, you can clip the top. Okay. And now we are gonna go back to the machine and we will top stitch, and now we are gonna follow the rectangle. So we are gonna go the same what we did on the very end. You see the edge. We are gonna do the same on the inner, or not the inner, but on the rectangle. So now when we are done, we will flip it over, and you will notice that one side is bigger than the other. That's how it's supposed to be. That's okay. So what we are gonna do, we are just gonna grab the two edges and we will clip it in place. And so first of all, we are just gonna do the bottom. Then we are gonna come back, and when this side is done, then we are gonna sew the sides. But first, let's do this one. We are gonna sew both sides. Okay, so now when we are done, we are just gonna cut out the extra pieces. Okay, so the pocket is done. We cleaned it up in the back. When we open it up, we have a beautiful lining. And so now you can see why we did it the way we did it, because the lining, we are looking down and it's the right side of the lining on the inside. So we can move on to the next step. And so the next piece we are gonna bring is B panel, and again it's yellow because I'm using the vinyl. It's a contrast color, and what we will do is we will attach these two pieces like so. So we can clip it in place, and so we are gonna go on the outside and inside edge. So the outside edge is supposed to look very pretty, so try your best so it looks nice, the same as on the zipper onlay. So go on the very end and just do a beautiful job on the outside circle, half circle. And then we are gonna go down here. This doesn't have to be pretty. You are still gonna stay on the very end. You don't want to go too high up, so I would say about 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeters maximum, because this side is not gonna show it, just so it stays in place. But let's start with the outside circle first. Okay, so before we start sewing, just make sure you clip the pocket to the top so we don't accidentally sew it when we are doing the accent piece. So just flip it up and clip it. And now we can start going around. Okay, so you just want the edge. I don't know if you can see it, but the very end. So now when we are done with the sides, we will flip it over. We are gonna bring panel F, which is the back slip pocket, and we are gonna place it so it's just about touching the circles, the half circles, and we want to make sure it's in the middle. So let's find the midline. And I'm just gonna use my pen because I will need the midline later anyways. Okay, so that's my midline. And my midline is somewhere here. Okay. And because it's vinyl, I can press it with my fingers and it's gonna stay. Okay. So there we go. So we have the midline right here, and it's just about to touch the circles. And now we are gonna place, we are gonna hold it in place. You'll need little longer clippers for that. Okay. I don't want to use the pins because it's gonna leave a mark, but let's, this is not the best fabric to work with because it has texture, but I need some placement, so let's use the double-sided tape here on the bottom. Okay, that's better. Good, so we are gonna take it to the machine, and the same like what we did with all the other pieces, we are just gonna do the edge on the 3 sides, not the top, that's the slip pocket. Okay, so now I'm gonna add strap connector, and this is what was left over from the zipper overlay. You can use any type of strap you want, and you are your own designer. This is just my suggestions, but I'm gonna cut this in half, and I'm gonna do 2, 1 on each side, just like this. And you can turn this into a crossbody bag if you want to. You can use only one for the wrist strap, or you can use a full length strap. So that's up to you, but I'm gonna put both of these. So let's connect them. So we will put it probably where the zipper is, just so it looks more pleasing. And then we are gonna go to the sewing machine, and oh, what am I doing? And then this can go a little bit beyond, and then we are just gonna attach it to the main panel. So then we are just gonna go 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeters on the edge. Okay, so I know usually what people do, they put a little D-ring in here. I don't have such small D-rings, and if I put the bigger ones, they are not gonna look nice. So I'm just improvising, and this is what I came up with. We can trim the side, the excess vinyl. Okay, and so I have them so they are just touching the edge of the zipper overlay. So you want to sew on the very end or edge of the panel. Okay, so now we are going to put this piece on the side just for a little while, and we are going to work on the zipper. So we are going to take the longer zipper and we will separate them. And now what we will do is we are going to bend it 90 degrees. So you want to hold it with your thumb and you go under and just like this. Well, this is a little bit more over 90 degrees, but that's okay. It usually moves a little bit. And then we will do the same thing, just the opposite way. So again, thumb and under. And there we go. Okay, now we are gonna take it to the sewing machine and we are gonna stitch just the edge of the zipper. Okay, so once we are done, I like to trim them so it's the same, so they are not sticking out, just so we know where it kind of is. There we go. So we have the zippers prepped. Now we are gonna take back the main panel. We are gonna take one, and now we are looking at the right side. We will place it down and we are gonna go about an inch from the side and we will clip it in place. And then we will follow the edge and we can do few little clips. This is the biggest curve right here, so we are just gonna do tiny little snips, just a few little ones. And again, we are gonna stop about 1 inch away from the edge. Okay, so it's 1 inch from the edge. This is where we are not gonna sew. We are gonna stop right there. Okay, so we can take it to the machine and we are gonna stitch. And we are gonna go 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeters, just attaching the zipper to the panel. So we are not gonna go as close to the zipper, just on the edge. Okay, so now once we are done, we are gonna measure again to make sure it was 1 inch, and it is. Now we are gonna turn this around and we are gonna do the same thing. So again, we are looking at the good side and we will place it down this way. So we are starting from this side now. Let's measure 1 inch. Okay, so I don't know if it's clear. I'll show you again. Let me zoom out a little bit. So we started here. Now we are gonna start here because these two panels are gonna connect, right? So, and we are looking at the good side, we will flip it down. So looking at the wrong side, we measured 1 inch from the edge and we are gonna clip it in place and do the same thing we did on the other side. Okay, so once the zippers are in, we are just gonna take the ends and we will put them on the bottom because we don't want to sew over them. So we will clip both sides. Okay, and now we are gonna take our lining and we are gonna place the good side of the lining down. So good sides are facing each other. We are looking at the wrong side and we are gonna clip this in place. And now if you have a zipper foot, you can change it to zipper foot and get as close to the zipper as possible. Okay, so now once we are done on both sides, we will flip it this way, inside out. Now we can do a little bit of ironing, make sure that this is nice and flat. And we can release the pins. And then we are gonna go back to the sewing machine and we are gonna top stitch. And we will do both sides. Okay, so once you are done top stitching on both sides, we can take the two panels and we will separate it. So we are gonna place lining on one side and the other panel, the external panel, on the other side. And now let's match up the side. So make sure this is all, oh, this is nice, how it's nice matching. And we are gonna clip it in place. And we are gonna clip this whole side. We will do the same on the other side. And again, tuck this in, or actually, no, leave it outside. And we will clip it in place. There we go. And now we will do the same on the other side. So it should all match up nicely. And then on this side, let's tuck these ones in. I will clip them in place. Here. Okay. And we will clip this side, but we are gonna leave a little bit open because this is where we are gonna turn the whole bag or the whole pouch inside out. Okay, I will have to do a little adjustment here. But no, this is good. So we are gonna stitch here, but we are gonna leave this open and just make sure you back stitch very well on both sides. But this is gonna stay open, and otherwise we are gonna do this whole side and this side open and stitch a little bit there. Okay, so once we are done, hopefully you'll have the opening on one side. Now we are gonna do the corners. So you want to put your fingers in, make it flat, and it should match up nicely. I forgot to mention, you are gonna do 1 centimeter, which is 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. And that's important. Try to follow that, because otherwise this is not gonna match. So let's clip it in 2 places. We will do the same thing here. And if you can open them up. Yep. And again, 1 clip, 2nd clip, and we will do the same on the other side where the lining is. And clip, clip. And we are gonna go back to the sewing machine and we are gonna sew all 4 corners. And you can do anywhere in between 3/8 and 1/4 of an inch. So anywhere from 0.5 centimeter to 1 centimeter is fine. So we are just gonna go across like this. I would probably say 1 centimeter. Try to stay about 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, so I know it looks like a one big messy ball, but it will make sense soon. So we did 4 corners, 2 on the exterior panel, 2 on the lining, and now, yeah, this is not a big hole, but let's do our magic and let's turn this whole bag inside out. Okay, so once you are kind of done, stick your hand in the lining, in the hole, and just push out the corners. You want to make sure that they are all out. Okay, the same here. And then we can see how it looks like. Oh, this is so cute. That is so, so cute. Okay, now last thing is this lining. Well, this is not the last thing, but one of the last things. We are getting to the end. Now we will close this gap. And then we will tuck the lining in. Okay, so the lining is closed, so we can tuck it in. And oh voila, it looks so nice. Oh, cute. Okay, so now we need to deal with the zipper. So I'm gonna add the zipper pull. Okay, and I have to place it on the table. There we go. Okay, and this is how we close it. That's nice. Okay, so it matched up exactly where we need it to be. And now you either take a little piece of fabric and you just wrap the end. I have my zipper end, so I can actually cut it a little bit more. And I will wrap it up, put the zipper end on. You can get these on Amazon. They are quite inexpensive and they look professional. Especially when you have a fabric like this one, which is quite thick. It would be hard to put it at the end, so you would have to do vinyl. Oh, you could do vinyl, but I think this just looks a little better. Okay, and now I have a tiny, tiny little screw. And I just have to screw it in. I don't know if you can see the little screw. And this is gonna hold it in place. And that's it. Okay, so that's how it looks. We have a nice zipper pocket here. We have a nice slip pocket right here. And lots of space inside. It's actually a decent size. Okay, so now the last thing is the strap. So you can make it either, and that's the D. You can make it from vinyl, or you can make it from the same fabric. It's up to you. And the nice thing about these, you can actually add a strap and have it as a bag. So you can have it either as a pouch or as a bag. Okay, so now we are gonna work on the strap. So it's the D panel, and I have my 1-inch swivel hook. So what we are gonna do, we will put this in. And now we are gonna connect the edges and we are just gonna sew right here. Okay, so once we are done, we are gonna, this is gonna be a little tricky. So let's start on this side. We are gonna fold a little and we will need our clips. And we go all around. And then on the other side, well, I have a little cut here, that's okay. And then we will place it together. And just move the hook out of the way as you go. Okay, so once you have it clipped like this, you can go back to the sewing machine and we are gonna top stitch on both sides. Okay, so once we are done all around, we are gonna place the hook before this connection because this is not the best looking part, so we will do it like this. This is gonna be our good side and we are just gonna stitch across. And there we go. So the wrist strap is done. It's perfect, not too big, not too small, just good enough for the wrist. And we can put it on either side. So instead of the D ring, we will just hook it directly to this. And if you want, you can, because there is a little bit of space, you can put this end in here. And there we go. This is the final project. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did and you didn't subscribe yet, please subscribe, hit the thumb up, comment below, and I will see you on my next project. I usually download a new video every week, and all my videos come with PDF pattern. Okay, I'll see you next time.